everyone. I have been wanting to start a podcast for some time now, and why not start right this minute when you discover that you can easily make a podcast on Spotify? Sure, it's a little bit unplanned, but I'm gonna go with it and just see how it flows. So my name is Nina, and I am many things. Photographer, director, writer, creative. Sometimes I feel like the easiest thing to say is that I am a creative who loves people and the planet and wants to evolve consciousness and evolve our experience of life and the experience of life for all beings on this planet through everything that I do. So I feel like this podcast is going to be a journey of that. And I would really like to explore having different people on to chat. I often feel when I make phone calls to different amazing friends from different parts of the world, we get into these incredible conversations, and I think, I wish that we had been recording this. So a little shout out to all the beautiful people in my life. You all have so much wisdom in such varied spaces. I think what I want to talk about today is just my own personal sort of experience this morning, and the past little while I've been living in the same community for about a year, and it's an incredible place in New Zealand. It's on the beach, absolutely stunning, and just full of lots of really incredible people. And it's been a wild year. Definitely something I can get into throughout this journey. And anyways, just a couple weeks ago, I gave notice where I was living, and I don't have a next step plan per se. I have a few ideas. I can feel that I really needed a change, and I don't 100% know what that change looks like. So I'm in this in-between space of trusting that what's ahead will be there, while also every day tuning in to really feel for that next step and really feel what feels right and exciting and brings joy and brings expansion. And I've been feeling a lot of stress for about 2 weeks. Actually, not even 2 weeks. I've been staying with my boyfriend, and I've been staying at house sitting his parents' place while I'm in the process of sort of moving out of my space, my home, which has really been, that in itself has been a really special journey for me, because I'm not going to get into that. I'm going to stick to today, and we will come back to that. But waking up and just feeling a lot of stress in my body every day. And today I had a beautiful sleep last night, and good sleeps really make a big difference for me. And I woke up, and the first thing I did when I woke up and the sun was just beaming through the blinds onto my face, and I could have slept longer, and I was just like, no, this is your wake up call, get up. So I got up and I just sat up in bed and started meditating. And it felt like quite a technical conversation with spirit, being like, should I go here on this day, do this job then? How am I going to coordinate this? But it felt like a really helpful conversation with spirit from a higher place, not a place of worry and concern. And then I woke up my boyfriend, and we had planned to do yoga. So I woke him up, and we ended up setting our yoga mats out and doing yoga together. And that was a reminder for me to have the physical practice every day, even when I don't necessarily want it. When I say every day, allowing flux, because I think it's also really important to allow yourself to feel into what you need. If you need to have an extra sleep, or you actually need to have a slow moving day, then trust yourself. So much of my journey through all of this has been about trusting myself. And that is one of my mantras I use often. I say I wholeheartedly trust myself. And it's affirming. It's affirming for yourself. It's not needing affirmation from outside of you, from external people sources. So anyways, I had this beautiful yoga practice, and I was reminded, because I used to be such a intense yogi, practicing every day without a doubt, for 40 minutes to an hour, and that practice has really changed for me, and I think that's a good thing. But yeah, there is something about slowing down with the breath, and then feeling that strength in the body when, in particular, every day, but when going through a challenging time of transition and trust, and I'm in the space of building some new businesses, lots of different things, but really feeling like I am pushing myself, allowing myself to expand further than I have so far, and having that physical practice, doing those warrior poses and feeling that strength in the ground, and your arms and your heart open, and your breath, and just the whole experience just grounded me into my being. And it really set the tone for the rest of the day so far, and everything that I've done, and sort of everything that I've also come up against. So there is more I want to say, and I'm sort of wondering how deep I should go right now. I do want to share this because I think it's important, especially for women. Myself, I have, based on who I am, I have really struggled to not feel responsible for other people's emotions, not feel like I have to try and fix everything. There has felt like this responsibility if someone's in a bad mood or someone's upset, and I have the capacity to uplift them, change how they feel, give them lots of love, then I want to do that, because generally these are people I care about. However, this has been a really big lesson from a couple different scenarios that occurred in my life, but just one today, I felt really in my power and just really focused on what I need and want to do today. And I could feel that my partner, while we were having breakfast, I felt like he was in a bit of a grumpy mood, or something had upset him. And I could feel myself feeling frustrated by this sort of funny / silly conversation we were having about the intelligence of ducks. And I won't go into it, but I was really advocating for the ducks, and that they have their own unique intelligence. But I felt like everything I was saying was kind of being met with a bit of a kind of an interesting vibe, and I could feel myself kind of slowly feeling a little bit frustrated And I just was like, Nina, just be in how you feel. You don't need to judge, first of all, someone else for being in a grumpy mood. You don't need to try and change it for them. Just allow it. And allow yourself to be present, and allow yourself to just carry on with what you need to do today. Don't take this on board. It is not yours to carry. So I did that. Got up, finished breakfast, did the dishes, and before long he came over and gave me a sweet little hug from behind and asked me how I was feeling, and I just expressed how great I was feeling for today. And I feel like that feels like an important thing that I wanted to share, because it's those small moments where I practice not taking responsibility for another human being and really allowing them to just be as they are, and really allowing myself to just be as I wanted to be. I didn't want to be in a mood. I want to be full of energy and love and joy for this beautiful day. Yeah, so I hope that helps any of you out there with, maybe people with our kind of porous walls, and we're empathetic and we're quite open beings, and who resonate with that feeling of overgiving. I am going to call it overgiving. And I could get into where I think it comes from, but I won't right now. So thank you so much for listening to my first podcast. Love you all. Mwah.